how YouTube changed my life. So I did the normal things, studied, got a job, was an employee, and for the longest time, I didn't actually think, could I venture off on my own? Could I be a YouTuber, etc.? Because obviously, with the job, we tend to think that it offers us stability. We tend to think that we know that this is something that we could do for the long term, and we don't necessarily see the downfall of having a job, right? Because we see it as being something that's stable. But as I got older, I started to think, well, why not try YouTube? Why not give it a try? I only have one life, right? And, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So here I am on a weekday chatting about YouTube and how it changed my life. And that's the thing. If I was employed by someone else right now, yes, I could take a day off leave. But the reality is that this is now my full time thing. And no, I'm not making full time money from it at all. No, not even, right? But I gave myself some time to figure it out, to figure out YouTube. And along the way, I'm learning skills. I'm learning about how to talk on camera like this. I'm learning about how to just be more of myself. I'm learning about editing and thumbnails and titles and all these creative aspects of digital marketing. And in that, I'm also learning that we shouldn't box ourselves in. We get to an age and we think this is who we are and this is who we'll always be. But that isn't necessarily true, because you can evolve, you can grow, you can change, and with change comes uncertainty, absolutely. This YouTube life is not for the faint hearted. I went from a very stable career, right? And now I'm trying to do this. And some days I think I want to quit YouTube because some aspects of it is really difficult. Because you put out videos, you think you'll get views, you think the subscribers will grow, but you learn slowly that this is slow, that your YouTube journey can be really, really slow. And I'm learning to be more patient. I'm learning that, things take time to build. And you know it, like, intellectually you'll know it. But when you are on a journey like YouTube, you see it. You see that you put out content. Sometimes it resonates with your viewers, sometimes it doesn't. And you learn as you go along. You learn that you may not know all the steps. You may not know it so clearly or see it so clearly. But the fact that you are putting yourself out there, the fact that you are willing to take chances and risks, yes, means that you are experimenting. Experimenting with YouTube, experimenting with this phase of my life. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm allowing myself to have a time where I just get to experiment, where I don't clock into an office, I don't clock into a boss. I don't do any of that because I've done it all my life. And that's not to say that I hated working. No, I didn't. I actually really enjoyed working. But I wanted to just try something for myself on my own. And I think sometimes we reach a point where we want that. We want to see, what can happen. And even if things don't work out as planned, you know, at least I know I tried. And that's the thing. Here, you're not going to hear an extremely successful story of a YouTuber. No, I mean, if you look at this channel right now, I only have 269 subscribers on this channel. But hey, it's 269 people who watch my content, and I'm not saying all of them watch, but they have subscribed. It's a community that I am building with the people in this community. And I also have another monetized YouTube channel. And I learned about monetization, which I find fascinating, that you can make money on YouTube. I really find it fascinating. So because I'm 42 years old, I didn't grow up with YouTube. So to understand that you can make money on this platform is mind-blowing to me. It really, really is. And, you know, Many people want to be able to not be tethered to an office. They want to be able to work where they want to work, live remotely if they want to, work remotely if they want to, live anywhere if they want to. And I think that's what YouTube can offer you if you're able to make full time income from it. And the possibilities here on YouTube are endless, but it does require effort. If you haven't started your YouTube channel yet, go ahead and start. Don't be afraid. And that's the other huge thing that has changed my life, is that I realize sometimes we create such fear in our minds. And I did this before starting my YouTube channel. I took years to get started on YouTube because I was so afraid to be seen, so absolutely afraid of it. And so many of us are scared to be seen. We are scared of being judged by others here on the platform. We are absolutely scared. But the truth is, you only have one life. You only have one life. You have to do the things that you want to. Don't live a life filled with regret. If being on YouTube is something you want, go ahead and get started, and you will find out, and I found out, that the more content you create, the less scared you become. When you stare fear in the face and you get on with it, you are less afraid. You are less afraid.